Sure. From Israel, this is Peter of Dr. Sharp, the Isupk on the Commander General. This is Israelite School of International Practical Knowledge, right? So again, people make up the nation of Israel, the blacks, right? The Hispanics and the Native Indians, right? Again, this is Mosai chosen people, right? So again, a lot of controversy, all over the Caribbean, right? That again with Venezuela, United States, right? And even Trinidad and Tobago again, right, with the Prime Minister Trinidad and Tobago, right? So again, they're still lighting we brothers and sisters about what really taking place and what to look forward for, right? So when you go in the history and thing, right, at the Bible and thing, right, you always see again that the nation of Israel always coming up and thing, right, and also with the other nations and all too, you will see them coming up and what happening today is that we don't know the other nations and them, right? In the Bible, the biblical name and who it is today and thing, right? And more or less again, these other nations is the enemies and thing, right? The Mosai set up and see and thing, right? So we have to be looking out for this and all too again, right? We any enemies in this thing coming among we brothers and sisters. And thing, right? We enemies is the other nations and them, right? And we go on even from the Bible and even go to now and all, you're going to see that nothing will change again with these other nations and all too again, right? So I ain't go anything with that, go in the scripture, that's to show and all too and what already happening today and all too again, right? And ready to see that hey, if the prime minister should be making these agreements with the United States and all too again that the whole world know what they give and thing, right? And even when they go in the scriptures and all to this particular nation and all in the scriptures and all to what they give and all to that, hey, you shouldn't be like, having any like agreement or any deal with these people and them, right? So you go in the scriptures and all to go see again, even with the nation of Israel, all these enemies and all the enemies, all of them came together to do us torture us, oppress us, something, right? So you go in the scriptures and all to you will see again that we there's not reading these records and all to you have to make sure and take the knowledge and then apply the knowledge and all to, right? The most high law starts with the commandments that even the knowledge with enemies and all to again, right? So let's go in the scripture, we go to Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1, right?
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
So when you go here now, this is the most I see again, right? Gather yourself together, O nation not desired, right? And that the blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Indians and them, right? And more or less when you go to every one of these priests and them, right? These prophets and them and thing, you go always see they talk about the nation of Israel, and the nation of Israel is the blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Indians and thing, right? And there's a warning to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians again. Nobody like the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Nobody like the nation of Israel. So-called Venezuelans, Colombians, Brazilians, and thing, right? Same the Mexicans and them, right? The Native Indians and the rest of us are Americans. Nobody like you. These other nations don't like you. Wherever you're going to, they're not coming together to oppose anybody. You have to fight it out for yourself and thing, right? And this is the most we know and all two again. And we see it happening here and all two again. So now we have a East Indian Prime Minister again for Trinidad and Tobago within a year. So much controversy taking place and all to and who she really attacking and all to really attacking the blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Indians. Even with when you go and watch Trinidad and Tobago percentages that majority is East Indians, right? So then after blacks and then after we have the Syrians, we have the Chinese and them, right? But more or less again, everything we mostly she set up and all too, she was going on attack, right? is the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. And one of the first things she went on to do is talk about the get rid of the Cuban doctors and thing, right? Now when you go and do the history of the Cuban doctors and thing too, they are very good in the world and thing too, right? And I just say like, that's to show you and all too again, right? So many so much things they could like, see that they welcome into black people and think the always had a warm welcome. Welcoming anybody and thing, right? And thing like that. And always had a love for everybody. But again, this is really most I always seen again to the and we had a very poor scripture. Love thy brother as thyself and thing, right? And what we doing again, we loving these other nations and them and they're really going against us and thing, right? And the so-called blacks is fine, we really hating we other brothers and thing. And if we really follow the most I see in the scriptures and thing, right, we will be way better than these other nations and them, right? When you go back there, that's what the prime minister do one thing like that. She came in and thing. First thing was and she mind was to get rid of the Cuban doctors and them, right? Which very have world recognition in the world and thing, right? And she went on again, right? And keep on just going again with the same thing. And who she attacking again? The Cubans again, which is black people, right? And that the tribe of Manasseh and go to again, right? So when you go through like Genesis 49 and think to you, will see what Jacob was calling calling all his sons and them to bless them and think to, right? In the last days before he go and think, because you don't want to go in and think, you want to like, you take on, you do a good job and think, you want to get your sons and them and the daughters are farewell and thing like that. And this is what Jacob do one thing and you go see now that again that the Cubans and them is of the tribe of is of one of the tribes of the nation of Israel, which is Manasseh known to, right? I'll tell them like the character of all the different tribes and all to and again one of the first things she do again was to attack the Cuban doctors and them, right? That and for really and truly for war reason, because when they go to the hospital, what they are saying is that the qualifications these doctors and them have, not even some of the doctors in Trinidad have them and again. So for war reason, now you just say, hey, you just find it here, you want to move them, you just want to move them. But this is not the prime minister alone and all. This is all the boards and all too again. Gathering and again keeping all these meeting and keeping all these meeting and things to again. So again, that is one thing just to show again that when you go in the scripture here, Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1, God yourself, O nation not desired and things to it. So again, though it's not just about the black, this is not just about the blacks, right? So-called Negroes and thing, right? And thing right, the tribe of Benjamin and thing Levi and thing, right? This is not just about you and all two again, right? All the tribes and them. You see how they're affecting us and all two again because we separated and thing, right? And this is again what they're able to do and thing, right? And when you go on to put that going again some couple months after again, when you go through the CPEP program and thing, right? This is what she went on to do and thing, right? She get rid of the CPEP program while school was looking to open training, have no parents and have no funds to buy to buy books, clothing, uniforms for the children for the youth in a school and thing, right? Even like passage wise, even just to feed them during that whole July and August holidays, she take away all that and they say that she could have she said that something wrong with the program. She could have just deal with the heads on them, right? But again to hurt black people again. She get rid of everybody and thing like that. And since she came here now, I see a lot of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, they're on the breadline and thing, right? While everybody know how they get in the dollar to go. And it could cause these things again to cause more pressure and depression on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians again, right? Who looking to pick up a gun, who looking to go and rob, who looking to do prostitution and thing, right? And again, this is who again she attacked, right? So when you go and watch sometime in the same parliament and thing, right? When a minister not doing good and thing, right? They don't get rid of the everybody under that minister. So say for instance like the minister of education and thing, right? They don't get rid of everybody who under the minister of education, the minister of education. So that's they change all the minister and thing, right? So why she does it now? She just find out, hey, this thing going right, this fund thing going so and thing, right? But she just didn't move all the people who running the secret programs and them and just change out and put somebody. You know she do? Let everybody feel the pinch. And that's why again this is really most I say and all to again and this is really Isupk to be here every day, every week, every year till we get this in we hear that these other nations do not like us something, right? So when you go and watch now, she went on to things to the Cuban and she went on to the CPEP workers and them, right? Your CPEP workers again, which majority are black people in, right? And then after now, what she went on now to further do now is to go and attack the Venezuelans and them, right? Which is the tribe of Asha, which is also the nation of Israel too again, right? Same black people too again, right? And when I look at my people, my song is about barrier that we is not them and them is not we and all kind of thing, right? But they are Israelites and also right they are God chosen people again to again, right? And again we have to come together as a nation, just as the Most I say in again. Because when I go on what is that thing, all over being attacked by these other nations and all to again, right? And see Koda to go see Koda looking now to come together with United States again and again being the oppressor again, wanna be Donald Trump again coming from Esau, which is his forefather and his kingdom Edom again, one of the Mosai enemies and all two again, right? Same people again who do not like black Hispanics and Native Indians. You see what you do with all these walls and things I want to do to block off all the Mexicans and them the same way again, right? Even all coming in the Caribbean, yeah, they're coming to look to cause destruction with the tribe of Asha and thing, right? So-called Venezuelans and them to the same way again, and she is siding with Donald Trump and thing, right? And when you go and do the history, like what the Europeans did India and want to she should be checking herself and saying, hey, I should be really cutting these deals with these people and them coming together and all to say have like CARICOM itself again, right? And when you go and watch CARICOM and all to this is something again they had an agreement with and all to she does do just like she having that spirit of the white man, the oppressor itself, that they keep certain things and break it and all to so now out of the blue straight that just break our agreement what they had with all the CARICOM neighbors and thing, right? And this is she again, right? And she again who move side and when it go on the other side right now too, that's not Trinidad and all too, we have Guyana and all too, and the Prime Minister of Guyana is an East Indian and all too again. So you're seeing more or less again a whole comparison again when coming to these other nations and all two again, right? No matter hey, we did, it's who really running it and all two again. And see the choices they're making right now again that hey, it's okay. Again about the blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians. They don't care war put, they don't care who die, whether it be young, old and thing, right? They don't care. And again, when you go and watch this again, we shouldn't be coming together again, right? We shouldn't be following all these siding and saying, well, hey, boy, them Venezuelans and them it's time for them to come out of this country and go here, all kind of thing. And when you go and do the history right and all too. Just as Maduro and just as the Isupk was always saying that again, these Trinidad and Tobago is them Asha own and thing, right? We come here and meet them, right? So even when coming to slavery and all too, East Indians came here and meet the tribe of Asha. The so-called blacks and all came here and meet the tribe of Asha. So even with the Europeans bringing we down here on slave ships and all too, again, we came here now to be going against them and causing all these war and signing off with United States again to bring oppression on them and then using job schemes to say, well, hey, this is why they're here and all too again. That's not so and all too, right? Everybody know when the warships and all too. When they check out the whole history, warships coming to fight to get drug dealers and all too. Don't see that no, you don't see that no way in the world. Even which part it's having drugs and all too. You don't see that and all too again. Right? The reality is and all too. It's just nonsense and thing too. That's for that's to bring in United States again to oppress Venezuela, right? And again, that way, we have to stand up again and come together and really keep the Most High Lord statutes and commandments so you can bring back all the 12 tribes together and things like that. That was really the Most High really waiting on for the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come back together as one, right? The 12 tribes, not 8, not 7, not 9, the 12 tribes all together as one, keeping the Most High laws, statutes, and commandments again. Right? So when you go in the scriptures again, we don't take the scriptures for granted, right? This is Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. One nation not desired, and thing, right? Nobody likes the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They like the spirit we have, they like the spirit we do things and things, but really and truly they hate us. They go on the TV, no matter what Denzel Washington and what Wesley Snipes and things, and watch Nima and things like all these brothers and them Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, watch them play and thing, but behind that and all do they still hate with all that batch. And we have all that favor and thing, right? All that thing Marshall Montano do with Dwight York and thing, right? And thing, right? With all that still they still hate the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians still, right? And again we have to come together and thing, right? We had our joy, let we share that joy with each other, not sharing with each other nations and them what hate we and thing, right? And bringing the other enemies and them to fight we and all too, right? So again, we go in the scriptures and thing, we have to pay attention to the scriptures and all too again. That's the most I say. So give me Genesis chapter 25 and verse 25. Right?
The book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 25. And the first came on red all over, like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Verse 26.
Hold on, eh? Let me start back let me go up to verse 20.
Book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah his wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padaram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. Verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. Verse 22. And the children struggled together within her, and said, If it be so, why am I thus?
Right. So when I go through here again, so Isaac again, when I get to scripture, as a quick rundown, he was about 40 years when he took Rebekah for wife and thing, right? And then after when I go on to say and Isaac entreated of the Lord, right? So because his wife was barren and thing to again that year, he asked the Lord that he open Rebekah womb, right? That she could conceive and make a child, right? And it did happen and things. So he asked the Most High again and again. Anything impossible with the Most High, as long as you're doing what is right with him, right? Keeping the Lord's statutes and commandments. See many times with different things due to war and thing, right? He was there and all too when we needed him and also even with all different scenes, even the sickness and all too again. You see what Christ do with men that had leprosy and all too, how we heal them and all too again, right? And even with this here and all too, women being barren and all too, the same thing happen again, again that thing and most I open the woman womb, she able to conceive and all too, right? What to verse 22?
Verse 22?
Yeah, 22.
Verse 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord.
Right, and what happened here now, the children and thing, I said, no, again, this is not once, and now this is children, and now she realized, now with the change, so it's two person inside our womb, right? And by the time what happened here is like, hey, she hearing about pregnancy and thing, right? She's an ageable woman and thing, right? So she could be hearing about pregnancy, but now the other hearing that what really going on inside. She hear like, hey, nah, but this is not normal. I don't feel this is normal due to maybe see my sisters and them being pregnant or wrong other people being pregnant and thing too. I don't feel there's something wrong. I feel something up with the I feel something up with in my womb. Something ain't going right. And she went to inquire, right? Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb.
Right, and the Lord said unto her, two nations is in thy womb, right? And when you say nation again, right, so some people might think in the idea that a nation is a country, right? But the nation is a race and thing, right? So there's always saying here two different race is in thy womb and thing too, right? So there's a big difference here right now in Rebecca Rebecca womb here. Two different nations, two different race is in thy womb. Go ahead.
And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels and thing, right? So again, when this time reaches, is a separation and thing, right? And you go, as the scripture go on, you will see here what they're going to say, right? Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
And one people shall be stronger than the other people again, right? So when sometime ago people have a tendency, they like to say everybody is human being, one blood and thing, right? But that's not so the cats on them, the lions on them. Them in the jungle, they didn't have that. And they expect the same thing to happen to when coming to human being. And this is what the Mosai said. Same mother, same father, and thing, right? But two manner different people, and one shall be stronger than the other. And thing, right? So same thing here, two different race people here right now, and thing, right? And when we go and thing, it's just like, we want to have this thing that everyone of we is human beings and thing, right? But when they go to it again, when they go and watch the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians again, that history are we that's why the Musa is saying one shall be stronger than another. Again, when you go and watch who jumping high like Michael Jordan and thing, right? And then even with that strength and that's why the Musa is saying mindset again, right? The spirit are doing things again. Again, what is the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? One shall be stronger than another. Who are they jumping? Michael Jordan, Vince Carter, and then right? Patrick Ewing, all these big jumpers, the same Black Hispanics and Native Indians. Who are to run with Usain Bolt? You have to get Tyson Gay to run with Usain Bolt and them, right? The next Jamaican partner game right now and all two again. But it's the same thing again. You have to get all of them and all two. Same like even from Trinidad, Thompson and them the same way. You have to get them to jump. You have to get them to run and all two again. Put the other nations and them, they're not competing. And thing, right? They're going to be a big gap and all two again. Who running with all these female athletes and them? And thing, same nation and all two these thing, right? From what years and running to compete with them, right? And the same strength pattern, the same way and thing, right? And even with sickness and some of the sickness we have and all if the other nations get really blood pressure. So that's the imagine like when you go and watch like pressure and all too, right? There's a certain amount of pressure Usain Bolt will have to have in the body just for him to run fast and all too. If pressure low, you might be able to push so fast. Even with Michael Jordan being stick, if he pressure in too high again, being able to make them leaps and then he was making and all to even health wise and all to show again there your pressure up, yeah, them and jumping and all to the jumping real high and all to the same way and all to. So again that it is a total difference when coming to the Black Hispanics and the Native Indians again when with these other nations and them and how the Mosai set it up and all to again, right? Strength wise and that's why the Mosai say one shall be stronger than the other. Right? Go ahead.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the elder shall serve the younger and all too. So again now that we want to show again how they coming up how this the characters are go and things. So the elder shall serve the younger. Go ahead.
Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, There were twins in her womb.
Right, and that's why I said it, when I read up, they say children and thing, right? So again, the having a child will be one another. That's change from you having more than one child to come to children, right? And that's why I say twins in she womb, right? Go ahead.
And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
Right, and the first came out. So that's why I said the elder. Just remember the scripture earlier about the elder shall serve the younger, right? So now the first one here came out red and hairy and things like that. When you watch the oppressor tell you what the Caucasian and this is the skin complexion, the skin color and thing, right? Red and hairy and thing, right? Yeah, and thing, and they come with all the brand name to hide the skin characteristics of them, right? And what they're like, and the other skin looking smooth and nice and but really and truly they're just full of hair all over them and things like that. That's why you watch them in the skin. Yeah, the pinkish side of thing. You know what about I think what Denzel Washington and all they had a movie when that Denzel Washington make the movie say tell him why you call me black and the skin really brown and Denzel Washington went down to tell the Caucasian man why you call yourself white and your skin really pink. And that's like this thing. When you go in the scriptures here, the scriptures are telling you red and hairy and thing, and this is them. And this is the scripture saying, hey, the younger, the elder shall serve the younger. And when you go and watch the day and thing, right? Who really who think yes that I mean this prophecy can take place as yet again, right? But is fallen. The white man kingdom is fallen again for we to come and rule. So the which is Jacob. Now where to the continue.
Verse 26. So like verse 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she gave.
Right. Right, and when you go through now, this is now always going on to so there so Jacob take hold of Esau thing and this is what happen here. We fighting in the womb and things like that. This is always going to be the where it is today and thing. The biggest enemy the Caucasians have or the Europeans have is the black man. And thing right, not the Chinese, not fighting the Arabs and them, right, and all these other nations and them, which is the enemies and them. But the number one public enemy the so-called white man have is the black man. This is recorded in the scriptures. This is again why they know they always want to keep we down, keeping the blacks, Hispanics and them down in the United States, all over England, all in the West Indies. They see now what they're coming again now to do. The right in the doorsteps again, right in Venezuela foot and things like that. And this is happening here right now, and it's recorded and things too in the scriptures and all. And you see from back then, it's still happening all over. Again, when you go and watch this thing, you go and watch the whole Caribbean, all the South American countries, see who they get independence from and see who is coming from. All these Europeans, whether it be Spain, whether it be England, whether it be France, and all two again, coming down the line. These Europeans and them, who we fighting with them right through and things through again, right? But nevertheless, that's the scripture say the younger shall rule over the elder one and things like that. And this is the falling of them and this is the beginning of the black Hispanics and the Native Indians again. And just to show again that hey, we had to come back to the Most High Lord statutes and commandments again for these things to take place. Christ is waiting on me, right? And this is who Christ died for. And then I don't let them everything he just go down the line and feel and just electing that black man, that black Hispanics and Native Indians and thing, right? This is who we think on. This is again now who having the identity of this. Again, same fight again, the take away identity. And also again, So Jesus Christ, when you watch Jesus Christ, like when Revelation chapter 1 and verse 3, they're telling you the skin color. Kind of like burn brass, burn in a furnace, something, right? So you go and watch, like brass is like it's brown, and then if you're going to get darker, they tell you skin hair complexion like wool and thing, right? And watch which people are woolly hair, and all two again, seeing who it leading up to again. But some of the other again, this is what all the fights, this is what all the fights taking place again, right? The oppressing us, taking our identity, whether innocent on a live innocent on the streets and things too again, right? Taking all the wealth which papiers and all two again, right? And this is them and all two again, right? And the flip side of things now, let me go to who really siding with them now, right? So let me go to Kamna side now. And this is where Kamna should be opening there and saying, but wait now, should I really be cutting any deals with Donald Trump and all two again, right? Because again she family and them pay the price again these Europeans and them, right? She nation pay the price these Europeans and them, right? So I go to history and all to you go see again with these Europeans and them destroy India and all to again and you know she should be checking herself and all realizing right now. I really either East Indian and all to again why doing here? And if you want to go to history and all to that's just a name that they give them because they bring them here in the West Indies and all to because of the native Indians and them was here, they call them East Indians and all to say done was dealing with the native Indians and them, with the Europeans and them, right? And they bring them across here again. And because of the thing now, they decide not to call them things. So they decided to come up with a name East Indian, and East Indian that is a European name. Even the Hindu is an European name too again too, right? So again, everything like when you think back and all to the is like, hey, you shouldn't be like, hey, checking this. Everything is a lie, everything is a lie and all too, right? So when you go through this and all through this, they should be asking yourself, hey, should Kamala really be siding with Donald Trump and all too, right? So when you go through this here now, this is what happened with India, right? So India under the European, under England, right? So India gained independence, right, from England on August the 15th, 1947, and thing, right? So that's wrong. That's wrong. That's a couple months again that'll be India independence. I don't know if they does celebrate Independence Day, right? But again, we Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we shouldn't be celebrating Independence Day when it come around. And what to like what happened here? We just gain them European recognition for the wickedness they do us, the oppression, the depression, the cause, right? The transatlantic slave trade and all to right, we giving them all this recognition for things. They should be like, hey, nah, and things like that. Because of the Christian leaders and them, yeah, and we leaders ourselves again, like, hey, yeah, that's we for now we taking anything down with truth and all to again, right? So even like go to Kamala now, so Kamala really be cutting deals um with um with Donald Trump and things like that. And never to notice again, Donald Trump and them came from United States itself came from England itself, right? There's a breakaway from England and all too. And you see even in the scriptures and all too, we go pull later on just to show that again, that and all too, right? So India gained independence from England on August 15th, showed the Indian independence, right? This act ended the British rule, right? To the country and partition the country into two independent dominies, right? Which is India and Pakistan, right? So again, when I go and watch this and all, she should be saying, hey, you know what, boy, these are the people who oppress for me in my country, oppress my country, raid my country, and things like this. She should be having that figure and all too in the head and all too again. But nevertheless, again, this is some people again, that's how the Musa said they're taking off the wax rich and things like that, the delicacy are the beast and also again that hey, yeah, and thing, right? And let's continue again, but really and truly should she be really siding with this oppressor, this beast itself, right? And it have many things to continue with this and all too, right? And this is what happened here, the lead up at the East Indians, why they came across here in 1845 on the Fata Raja and thing, right? So what happened is that again, when India was known for the textiles and thing, right? And again, Europeans again always seeing something again we could always take from whoever nation and thing, right? And just conquer and divide, right? And you go and watch everything like you see the Panama Canal. See the come they come down there, they invade there, and all to the same way. Same thing in the West Indies here, and think whoever it is again, they come down, they invade it the same way. And think and that's what they want to do. Venezuela again, they want to come down and do and invade and take the oil of Venezuela and all to the same way again, right? Even when going all these other Arab countries and all to same Europeans and them they go see whether they get independence and all to from these same Europeans and them Iran and all the same way again to again, right? To be like, hey, I should be having a close eyes to these people and all to again. So blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians and all to again. Yeah, this is who the this is when you see who the most I really talking about again in the scriptures and thing, right? Again should be always having the eye open and thing. And this is where you should be always be bringing that knowledge. Just as when you go and watch the initial Israelite school or universal practical knowledge, not just about the Bible and all to going through all the history. What these other nations and them doing, what they do themselves and all, and they realize, hey, you should be really signing with these people and all to see the integrity that they really have. And when you go and watch Kamla and all to should Kamla really be siding with these Donald Trump and also again, right? And for a nation in Dushi, for the Venezuelans who will never do see nation nothing, bringing a nation now to oppress them, right? And cause war. Should you really be doing this? And also again, right? There's no history of the Venezuelans doing East Indians and anything and all, right? But you should think should she really be doing this, right? So I go and watch this now. This is what happened here. This is what happened here in history with India and England, right? So England did not mash up India economy in a single event, but rather through a gradual process that began with the British East India, right? Companies increasing political power after Battle of Plessy in 1957. Over the 19th century, British rule shifted India from a major exporter of finished textiles to a supplier of raw materials for, for the British industry and a market for manufactured goods. This was driven by policies that prioritized British economic interests, leading to the draining of the India wealth, increased national debts, and in a decline its economic standing relative to other powers. So I go and watch this again now. So this is now after that now we understand that in just about 1757, right? So that's over 100 years. Remember now there was the number one like textile and thing, right? This is what it was known for and thing. And now the Europeans came and they invade them and thing like that. And you know what? They come now and this is now they come with machines now again now and the weaken in their economy and things, right? And now it's not like you don't feel you don't feel it one time, but the oppression started to take place and things, right? And now same people now who come and weaken the economy now came back now and cut a deal with these same East Indians and them, right? That they weaken the economy and they come back and they cut a deal with them and things, right? And which now you go see again now in 1845 they came with the Fatal Razak and thing, right? We have to understand this now that it wasn't everybody in India and thing, right? So when you go to India, India have a class system and things, right? With different people there and thing, right? So when you go to now, you go see that it wasn't these classes and then right, there's one particular class that people came down here from India, right? So just remember, in 1845, the indentured laborers, they came down here, right? On the Fatal Razak, right? So that's the thing. Remember, the same England, they destroy the economy, and let's take in mind again that United States is a break off from England and thing, right? So again, all these thing we're seeing taking thing here again is the same Europeans and them, right? Thing the same thing as see like what happened all in Germany, not in Germany, Greece, the Grecians and the Romans and them, they just fall out. They fall out from one another. They call this one style and now there's Romans, the Grecians thing, right? The same way and the fall, no, the same way always are and thing. And that's the way that way himself you can himself trust them and also again because again they can himself trust themselves and also again. So I'm going to want to always have break off and break off and break off and also again. Say trusting somebody who again will always fight with their own they self kill out the bone and also again, right? So I go to the class systems India, you will see now in the beginning of ancient India, the caste system was originated centered around Varna, which is Brahmins, right? So this is our class people, and also with these this class and all, they had the gods and all. So this we get like Lord Brahma and also again, so the different class and also. And this is was one of the class and them and the Brahmas and them was like the priests and them, right? The priests and them for the East Indians and them, right? And to the lesser extent the caste yeah, and then right, these are the rulers and the warriors. These are again now the people who are more running the country and things, right. So we have the Brahmins and them, right, and the Kasha Trayas. These are the another class again, right. So these we have one the priests on them, right, and then after we have the rulers and the warriors and them again, and also these is other gods coming under all these different classes and all too again, right? So I go and watch up the East Indians and them, they have many gods and all too, right? About 300 and something, right? A lot of gods and all too, right? And that's why again with the most and all too again, that's why we should even come together and thinking that hey, you could be friends and them with these other nations again. For one, they're not serving you, they're not serving your God. And all two against they can never be friends. Because what you know about your God is something totally different with them God and all two again, right? So they can never be a friend and all two again, right? And then after you have the vassals and all two, this was the traders and them. This is come like your ministers and them, right? The different taking doing different businesses and merchandise and them, right? The merchandisers and them, right? This is the them, right? So again, this is them. Again, right? So this is another class of them, right? And if you go up you could go up on the internet and look up these things in their class and all that in their class and them, right? So this was the people who doing trade and merchants on the right, and finally the Shudras and them, right. And when they go now, they put in bracket the laborers. So when they go from indentures and thing, and this is they went on to thing, right. So the ones that come across here, they say it's Indian indentures laborers and the right, but these was really who there was in India. These were the laborers and them in India and thing, right. So when you go and watch them here, this is what I want to understand. The Shudras, laborers, outside of this system are the oppressed, right? So again, they just class them thing as the laborers. So even when they go and watch now, this will not be why Kamala can't make right decisions and all to again because she only know she might just only know to be a laborer. She don't have that thinking like when they go and watch the other class they came from. So again, this is why she might be able just to think and might be side with Donald Trump and all because again it's in the, might be in the spirit come down that line and thing and this is what they just know to do and thing right. So when I go and watch just the thing right, it's like yeah, you know nothing about running a country, running a business and thing right. Having that order and all them things, right? You know nothing about this, but this are somebody that that's about this class because they like they come from this class of people itself and all to again, right? But nevertheless, this is the people who really came here, the Shudras and them, right? The these were the bottom India and all to again, and this is what the left and all to so a certain amount of oppression that already seeing because again they're not up there with these other the other classes, and this is really the bottom class India, the Shudras and them, and this is what really came on the Fatal Razak, right? And also so they were now get the endangered laborers and also again, right? And you know, these are the things. So when they go on what they are now, all the Indians who came here on the Fatal Razak and then right they left plenty of the Suja family across there and thing and separation. Some of them they never see them here, but this is now yeah the Prime Minister Mooney came down here. You know he came down here and give them a visa now that they can know they could come back and chase back the family from this amount of time from the fourth generation. Come on, you know they open that passage now that they can get a visa and they could come back in there and trace back your family from the fourth generation here or anything like that. This is the people and them who came here to the West Indies here, right? And all in Guyana, Jamaica, Trinidad and things right? And nevertheless again, right? The movie away from your family because of the oppression and the depression. So nothing different that again when you go and watch the Venezuelans and them, right, without calling so much as sanctions and them, they can really function in Venezuela and thing, right? They should be like, you know, should be having a, you know what? These are the same people who oppress my people and them and thing, right? Why could we side with them? But what should they do eventually? You should be checking out them, you should be checking out their spirit to see what, hey, nah, I can't side with these I can't side with these Europeans and I cannot side with Donald Trump and thing, right? I can't side with these Caucasians and them, right? Okay, because hey, they do me this something, right? They say they do my family. This is how I reach across here. And now you're seeing that again, they're doing the same thing to the Venezuelans and pulling sanctions. They see how they come and they come across and migrate the Trinidad to survive and to again, right? And now you're coming out the side with these things. And this is what the Indians are like, you know, in the country say like, you know what, boy? Instead of they should be like, hey, talking to the prime minister and say, hey, it's wrong. You know what they're going to the backing sheet full 100 and not realizing, hey, why you don't know who are you dealing with and thing, right? Why you do not really and truly know who are you dealing with. And when you go on what that's as officer Micah was teaching yesterday in class and all too. And this should be or you should be thinking and all too about this and all too, or you get independence from the Europeans and them, or you get independence from England. We should be like, hey, now boy, don't be this is one people you should have on top of your head and all too that hey, this is them. Forget every other nation on the face of the earth. One people should really have on top of your head is the Europeans and them. But some of you put out again, you know what happened there? Same thing when it's going with all these other nations. They hate the Black Hispanics and the Native Indians and they're forgetting about their own history and things like that. And they're putting a blind side to this and all to the same way. That hey, these people and all too is the same people who oppress free and all too again, right? But nevertheless, they have the same spirit for the the oppressor. The oppressor oppressing and we have that same spirit to oppress Black Hispanics and Native Indians and all to say like, hey, there should be a number one public enemy and things like that. And you know what? Yeah, boy, these people they mash up my country and they right have me on the Western Hemisphere here right now and all to again, right? And even the same Europeans, how we are in the Western Hemisphere, right here, right now, again. And when you go to the scripture, we far away from home. When you go to Mike, Micah chapter 2 and verse 10.
Okay. The book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
Right, and again, when you the most island, it don't matter, you feel everything going nice for you. I think do a higher head down for Jamaica. I feel everything is everything with Jamaica. Do a higher head down for everything. You feel everything is everything for Trinidad. Do a higher head down everything is everything for the United States, England, and thing right. Do higher head down. I think all them blacks is Spanish and Native Indians reside in Puerto Rico, Brazil, and thing right. Do a higher head down and feel hey, this is where you come from. I think this is not your place as soul destruction and soul destruction and things too, right? Yeah, all how you turn and all to again. It are no happiness. It are no happiness here. This is not your place of rest. And making it even more bad and all too. The people and all who we not there and them getting soul destruction and all too because we not there and all too all them Palestine and them and all them neighboring countries and all to the same way again. Who pressing them? We not in Milan. The same Europeans and them they are the Jews and them to the same way. Same Edom kingdom and thing right pressing oil in the Middle East and thing because the black Spanish and Indians not there. And we not there in we country, you get oppressed all over which part be black Spanish and Indians. And we really have to listen to the scriptures, what the scriptures really saying, and on to again, right? And nevertheless, again, this is what again how Kamala should be thinking twice about any holding any hand or talks with Donald Trump and thing, right? Because they say they get no visa to go to United States and thing you want to go on you still want to go there. And when you go when you go to United States something after you meet your family, when you go and meet your family in United States something like that. And this is again they hate black people so much that there's even when you go to United States who entertain black people in the United States. When you go and watch like you turn on your TV right now and thing right who really entertaining the world and all to in the United States, your Steph Curry, the NBA, your football, your rugby, and thing, right? Your actors and them, and thing, right? Too. Not them Chinese, it's not them Chinese doing it, it's not them Americans doing it, not them Africans and doing it, and thing, right? It's we. And even how we doing it, them making the money, how we doing it, not how them doing it, and all two again, right? The same way and all two again, right? It's the same thing. So they're making money how we styling and all do the same. So you leave thing here, you want to go United States for a little holiday and thing, right? You want to go by Uncle Young, you want to go by Uncle Sam for a little holiday. Just like going by Uncle Sam. You have to meet your family up there. You have to go and after that, after about 2 days, 1 day, we have to go on after for entertainment and thing, right? Let's feel a little vibe, something, right? We have to go and see to perform somewhere to see a concert taking place. The Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, all the different artists. We go back to Whitney Houston and thing, right? Mariah Carey and thing, right? Rihanna and thing, right? Back then, all who make who established all them hip hop back then, Biggie Smalls, Jay-Z and thing, right? Nevertheless, that have a different script, but who really entertain, who really entertain in the industry and them reactors and them is weak. And think the same way and so they hate me one way, but the next way or I want that whole vibes and think the same way and thing, right? And you see him nevertheless again. This is how she should be thinking twice, even joining hands with the oppressor again. But that way they always have a common goal is to do that and on to again, right? This as we go read in the scripture here. Give me Psalms 83 and verse 1.
And God. The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thus silent, O God, and hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
Right, and this is King David and what and he begging the most like, hey, it don't no more thinking it raw destruction King David asking for against these are enemies, and then we asking telling them nothing right, the enemies and them right make a tumult and thing right, the enemies make a tumult. And this is what we have to get in recognition of what King David saying here and thing. And this is what we have to know here right now and thing right. That's what King David miss it and all to again, right? That the most high enemies and all to again. So you want to align yourself with the most high enemies and all to again. We power, right? We power the most high itself and the enemies and thing, right? And you want to align yourself with the enemies and thing, right? Something will be totally wrong. And thing, I'm thinking that hey, you can be friends with somebody who is the most high enemies. And this is what King David saying here, right? And they make follow like enemies make it too much, they make a gathering. And he that hates he have lifted up the head and thing, right? So then that's like, thing now the hate now we're gonna make a gathering, now we're going against you. And all to it. So make a gathering, now we're going. Comment, right? When you go on to verse 3 and all, it says they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones and thing, right? So what I think now is that secretive, well protected and thing, right? Whatever they're gonna do and thing like so how they have everything set up and all to again. Like when they keep in the UN meeting and thing, make sure nothing involved, make sure nobody in whoever they're going and trust and thing, right? And make sure you don't carry out, then no snitching and thing, right? Making sure everything carry out and this will happen here again. That they make a gathering and all two again, and you go see what happening here. All these other nations, you go see what happening here. They make a gathering and coming together to go against the Most High people and all two again. And this is why you going from the beginning of the scriptures and thing, right? King David say, hey, cool, not thy peace and thing, right? He was raw destruction for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and all, right? So when like, you see this happening here with Venezuela and all to that, somebody want to tell you something and thing, right? And this is the spirit you have and then again, right? And this is you can say, well, here going on. I can really be friends with these people and them that go by somebody else and they just explain to somebody want to sell you something. Go by somebody else and buy it. And think, right, you don't get all that expression and want to bring warships. You want to bring warships down here to cause war, you want to assassinate the people, you want to cause deaths. You want to cause this amount of death and all, and she's not even thinking about the amount of death she could really cause bringing the US again into the waters and to help to press our Venezuela and press them again. And she's not thinking about this and all too again, right? Because why? She don't see black Hispanics and Native Indians as she will never see them as she, because we is not them and them is not we, and all to the same way. And what all them nations know, yeah, the same thing. They hate blacks, Hispanics, and Native, and there's every record of these other nations in the Bible. And even when they go in the book of Esther, they're going to see again that they don't know who dreader between the white man and the East Indian. For one, white man killing with them with their radio oppressing with the East Indians and them in the Bible. When you go in the book of Esther, they wanted to unalive every one away. Again, so there's a certain hatred for the East Indians and the oppressed, the Caucasians and the Europeans and them. They don't know who they really like. Which one dreader between which one and all two again. And this is what happening here again. And not knowing again, the Venezuelans, there is black people to the same way. So they always have it and all to again. And that's what the most I learn we know and all to. Yeah, that your enemies and them. It are no thing. Yeah, she is going to move so. Because again, that is the enemies and them. We is no friends with these other nations and them. And thing, right? And that's how it is and all that's how it is. We should I think always had that that's what the most I have set up, right? So when you go in Psalm 83 and verse 1, because the see now where the most I going to list out these other nations and them and let's have it in your mind. Again, this is not the Christian church and thing, right? We're not holding back, we're not adding, we're not taking away and thing. This is straight and thing, right? The reason for all this you might want to stomach all these things again that all the other nations will be enemies and then because I Christian leaders go set up the were being set up by the oppressor. Every one of these churches and them, the founders of all these churches and them is the oppressors and Europeans and them. The Jehovah Witness, Europeans. Yeah, Assemblies Adventists, Europeans. Yeah, Baptists, and you might see plenty black people. Yeah, this Baptist thing is it's not black people. No, them Baptists and them Europeans and all to the same way and all to again, right? We missing out Pentecostal, same thing again, Anglican, all of these and the Europeans and them and thing, and this is what they're doing, setting up your pastors and them here, but to read certain things in the Bible, not to read certain things in the Bible. And now when you speaker come out to say these things and them, you go think it hard. Nah, they're not true and thing, but why they brainwashed for so much of years and thing, right? And the most I have enemies, you have enemies and thing, right? And you have to be aware of them and all too, right? So go to verse 4.
Come. Psalm 83 and verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
When you go and watch today, the name of Israel be no more in remembrance, something, right? Well, every other nation again, they know their identity, they know the name who they're carrying thing, right? But somewhere or other, the black man carrying things say a Chinese man know he's a Chinese, whether he go Australia, whether he go South Africa, right? Whether he go in the United States, whether he go England, he go in the Caribbean, he knows that he's a Chinese. But some of the other, a black man, he's a Bajan, he's a Jamaican, he's a St. Lucian, he's a Trinidadian, he's and when the United States make it more worse. Now he's two nations in the United States. He's an African American. That is just raw rubbish. And also when you check out that and all too. So the same black man now, he's an African American. He's two nations in America. And also again, right? And they should be asking yourself one thing, hey, should be should I really be calling my self this and also again, right? How it is that I have a brother in Trinidad, he's a Trinidad, and I a Jamaican and things like that. All these other nations they know who they is, no matter what country they go. And this is the scripture like, we know one thing here, because again, they come together and they did this and also again, right? They have no remembrance of we identity. And this is what happening here right now. We walking around this call myself all kind of different names from country and not calling yourself a country that is not your identity, that is not your race, that is just a country, that's a native, it's just a native to that place and thing like this where you're just born there, but that is not your identity. Right? Go to verse 5.
Verse 5. They have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab, the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek.
Right. And when you go and watch this, this is all the different nations here right now, right? So the tabernacles, number one public enemy for the black Hispanics and Native Indians, Edom. And again, today Edom is the so-called Caucasians and them, right? And then you had Ishmaelites and all to God's enemies again. So I know like to go and see that what the Allah. Well, like to come and see Allah Allah is God, and that whole Ishmael and them thing, that's what the Musa is saying, and also again, right? Muhammad, yeah, that could never happen. But this year now, I think the second name come up, God enemy is Ishmael, and also I'm gonna go on what the forefathers the whole Allah coming down that all them Arabs and them coming down the line. Yeah, this is all them coming from Ishmael and thing, right? All the Saudi Arabia, all the Qatar and things. So again, Allah have nothing to do with the Mosai. Everything to do with Ishmael, but have nothing to do with Mosai. Because again, let's say read here, number one was Edom, and I see the second person called Ishmael. I have nothing to do. All this is God enemies, right? Of Moab, and also the Chinese and them again, right? God enemies, and also, and we want to go online ourselves and say, hey, one love and thing, right? One love, without no love with the Mosai, with these other nations, and you can class them as the enemies, the Hungarians, the Africans. They will love black people love they love to say there's Africans and all too again, right? Being an African and all too, that's putting yourself in a line of fire and all to the same way. Because again, the Mosai enemies the same way again. So you align yourself with people again with the Mosai enemies and thing, right? Making no sense and all too again, right? You go to the Gebal, Ammon, again, Amalek and Philistines again, right? Again, whites again, Amalek and Ammon again, the Japanese, Philistines, Africans again. This is the Mosai enemies and all two again, right? So again, you all want to have this set of love and thing for these other nations and again, and we're going what the outcome, right? This is the Mosai enemies. Give me Romans chapter 9 and verse 13.
Romans chapter 9 and 16. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Right, and all like to say that God do hate. Yeah, we see it right here in the scriptures here. I know who again Esau. Esau is the forefathers the forefathers of the Caucasians and them so-called white man. This is the forefathers of them. And we love Jacob, and Jacob is the forefathers of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And them right again, you want to align yourself again with thing, right? But nevertheless, all these other nations them who want to align themselves with the Caucasians and them, you just have it coming. And also again, right? But they interfering with God chosen people going against the Venezuelans and them, they're just looking for trouble there right now. Again, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, they are God chosen people again, and we have things we as being God chosen people, we have things we have to do and thing, right? Not coming together with other nations and them, right? Keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments and thing, right? All these things the most I expect of we are keeping the feast days and all to the same way again, right? Again, we have to keep the most high law, statutes, and commandments again, right? And be aware we enemies and them out there. Know who we enemies and them is and thing, right? And I know one blood thing with all these world talk and thing, out in the world is one blood and thing, right? No, it didn't have that with the it didn't have that with the Mosai and thing. Again, the Mosai create all these other nations, but we'll see he just lists that hey, these other nations is two enemies. He just now say that Jacob I love and Esau I hate, and all to the same way and thing, right? So when you go through all this is a day for we learning, right? So give me you go into Revelation and also again and you see what happening here right now again that again these things again is what we doing and also again. So that's what we are talking about that England and we see now happening in the United States something and you see the comparison that England and thing that we are showing that England when you go and watch them they went and invade India and thing, right? And now you're seeing that even United States is the day that the common and more or less invading every country, more or less majority of the countries in the world. And think today, what I don't know is that United States came from England, and this is prophecy in the Bible, right? So when you go to Revelation, give me Revelation 13 and verse 1.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns.
All right,
And
hold on.
upon his heads the name of blasphemy.
Right. And when you go on what you say, Revelation 13 and 1, right? And I stood up in the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, right? And upon his horn 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy, right? So when you go on the thing, the 7 heads on them, right? That would be today that would be Russia, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, and England, right? So the same heads, right? Out of the 7 heads, you have 10 horns, right? One of the horns what came out at the same heads. So England would have been one of the same heads, right? And out of the 10 horns, right, came United States, right? And this is why we was like, I was saying earlier on that these are the same people today, same spirit, same people again, right? That what they're doing and thing, right? So no difference again that thing and more or less now that England kind of like they come like the master now. You can't talk to the student. You can't talk to the student now. The student come better than the master and all too again, right? So now it's like this now that England can't control something to make and right now it's like nobody can could control that horn what came out from England, right? And that's what happened here now. This is the United States coming out from England. And if you want to go and watch the thing now, you see the same thing that in even when like a top presidents and thing, you always see like England always coming to do something with every president when they change new president in United States and all too again, right? No difference today with the even with England and all with you could look up how much gold Venezuela have in England and they're not letting go. And you see these same people here. So that's like when you go and watch talking about the breakaway that the Romans and the Grecians and them was one people that they fall out the breakaway. The same thing again, same thing comparison down here. This is how there's other people and things too again. And these people should be like, hey, you should be siding you want to be siding with an author, but they're just showing the history coming on that same line and all too again. So come now want to side with these people, that's what the history of the thing. But again, they won't know the history of these other nations. They won't know even know your own history and all to the same way. And all to the same way and all to but the ICPK. The ICPK will tell you we history will tell you all your history and all the same way and all to again. This is what we're doing right through again from Monday to right through the week and thing, right? And even if you don't tune into Trinidad and Tobago and all ISPK, you have Jamaica to tune in, you have United States, you have England, you have Haiti and thing, right? There are different schools and thing you can tune in and same knowledge will pass to the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right? So when you go and watch this now again, same people again, right? So the 10 horns, the 7 heads, the 10 horns and things, right? So when you go in the scriptures and all to here, and this the is here to D and all to them same powerhouses and them the is here to D and thing, right? And again that just to show that again there's one spirit. No England and telling United States, hey, why are you doing this wrong? Spain and telling United States what they're doing is wrong. Remember they one lineage of people, nobody they ain't telling them nothing. Germany and telling United States, hey, this is what you're doing here is wrong. And think of that one common goal and thing, right? And that is the oppressed black people, black Hispanics and Native Indians. They're not getting no fight, they're not getting no fight with when coming to the black Hispanics and Native Indians, something, right? But some of the other Ukraine and Russia, they're fighting here. They see now all these things coming together for them. Hey, stop that war between Ukraine and Russia and things. Right? They see how they're coming together. But when coming to the black Hispanics and Native Indians, yeah, you didn't see no intervention and thing, right? And this is why you have to really check these things out now to the same way, right? So you go and watch now, you will see again that you see Europeans and them when they go and watch the oil Venezuela, a lot of gold, and they're not giving up the gold to Venezuela. They're holding it. England is holding it, and they're not giving it up to them neither. And even when they go and watch England and say nothing neither about what happening here right now, but again, all of them, one common goal I have again, right, is to make sure and keep down black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Yeah, go ahead.
There's approximately 31 tons of gold seized from Venezuela, and the Bank of England, which denied the Bureau government access to it in 2020. The High Court ruled against the release of the gold, citing the UK government's non-recognition of the gold as Venezuela's legitimate.
So you understand you understand the spread of about 31 tons, right? 31 tons of gold. Right, so 31 tons of gold, right? And they're not denying that they're not England not denying that they didn't have the gold for Venezuela, right? But I see the same spirit thing, and this is what happened here again, right? Remember we say that England, right? United States came out from England. So the 10 horns, the same heads, and the 10 horns and thing, right? Now, what just again, the same spirit here now again, right? What will happen here in the with Venezuela and England and thing, right? And what happened here now, right? So England is saying nothing about thing, and all these are the powerhouses and them right now in the world and thing, right? So yeah, England and thing, right? Very powerful and all do just quiet and thing, but very powerful the same way. They ain't telling United States hey, what are you doing in Venezuela is wrong. You hear how much gold they're holding for thing that like billions of dollars in gold, right? The value and thing, right? $1.8 billion and thing, right? You have to know thing wrong and thing. They're not recognizing Maduro as the president of Venezuela. So that's why they're not giving up the gold. You see the kind of spirit these people them having the same spirit and all too again, right? And this prime minister siding with these people and them and thing, right? And not knowing that she don't know who she dealing with and all too again, because something was not yours, you holding it. The oil do not belong to you. You don't want to sell somebody oil. You come in to destroy a nation because they don't want to sell you. And also again, and I know again, that's what we say again. You don't know what you're dealing with. You don't know you don't know you don't even know the history again. How you come across here, the same people again will bring cause all these problems, move you away from your whole family in India. And you don't even see your class of people in India again. When you go there, they might just go there for 1 or 2, but you ain't really know nothing at all to again. They move away from the Brahmas and them, your class are the Sudras and them. They move you away from bring you quite in the on the Western Hemisphere here, and you still after that date still want to side with these Europeans and them to come and oppress somebody who ain't do you nothing here on the face of the earth. And thing, right? There's no history Venezuelans and them oppressing East Indians and them, right? But this is where I have to know again. The word East Indian, that European name. The word Hindu that a European name. That is not a Hindu that is not a East Indian word. But they'll say a Hindu word because the word Hindu that is the European. Then the European didn't say want to say I think what the word Indus. They didn't want to say Indus and they call they say Hindu instead. And think to again, right? So again, that is not even the word I carry. So everything I carry, it don't belong to it belong to Europeans itself. And today you want to turn around again and side with the Europeans and them to go against our people who and do you nothing on the face of the earth and thing, right? And not knowing again the people you want to go against is God chosen people and also the tribe of Asher again, right? And people don't know again, Israel is Israelites and also again, right? So not there's not just about black people and also when you go to Christ and all too again the scribes and the Pharisees and all they want to kill Christ, but they say hey, not only for these people here and all too, but the people abroad. They didn't get to see the all the South Americans and them, all the Brazilians and the Venezuelans and all of them that fled before Christ come again, right in Jerusalem and things. They didn't get to see all their oppression already. They'd already fled. This is now again what Christopher Columbus was doing, hunting them down. And also the same way again, right? So them fled already. Right? They didn't get to see Christ. And the scribes and Pharisees know that hey, them know the history and all too. Same Europeans know, hey, this is he didn't come for them alone yet. He come for Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. He came for also for the child and them abroad and all to again, right? So this is how again people don't know that hey, the Venezuelans, the Colombians, the Brazilians, and them the people from Panama, the Israelites because they fled on their own and thing like that. And they still know when they go through all things, they still know with the same Europeans and them they get like mercenaries like Christopher Columbus to hunt down the 12 tribes again, right? And thing and they know they get back everyone. They supposed to be all through the Europe and thing like all through the Europe and South America and thing like and all through the Caribbean and thing like that they supposed to be and thing to the same way again, right? And now to come again that Kamala could come and say that you want to side with you want to style with the Europeans and them, and we go want your history. These are the people and them again oppressed or you. These are the people who make you come across here and thing, right? And again, it is what it is again, but it is not what it is with the Mosai. Again, oppressing black Hispanics and Native Indians, you have a heavy burden to pay with that, right? So again, when we think it, we have to watch what we're doing, right? So when you go back to the Revelation 13 and 1. And I stood up of the sun of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and ten horns, and upon his horns the 10 prongs, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy, and thing like that. This is again what is going on with the Europeans and them. Everything they say is a lie, and also again, right? There's no truth in them, and again, they're against the Most High. Because this is again when we reading Psalm 23 and verse 1, number one enemy for the Most High, Edom, Esau, and thing, right? That's what you're seeing today. The all about things. Now they say a man can marry a man, and thing, right? They're telling a man I was born gay, and thing, right? And thing, right? They're telling that hey, Christ is white. And they give the description and thing. Now they're telling that hey, the so-called Jews is the Jews in Israel today, the Ashkenazi Jews. When you go on what this, how them could be Jews when it's just 1950 or somewhere around there, the nation that nation that's born there and thing, right? And that's so many things again that history could tell that they don't belong there and want to be same, right? What the verse 2?
Verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him power, and deceit, and great authority.
Right, and when I go in verse 2, I get the characteristics of the beast itself and thing, right? How powerful it is on the face of the earth and right more like when I terrace like the showing like dragon and thing, right? So you know like what dragon is do like dragon is fly and level fire. So they're showing again like what they're able to do like with all the bombs and them two again, right? The flying high with the plane dropping bombs and then see what they do China and all two again, right? Japan. See what they do um down in the Middle East and all two of these different countries and all two again what they do the same thing again, right? This is them, the characters are them, right? Go to verse 3. Yeah, verse 3.
Street. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast.
Right, and it's deadly wound. So now when I think now this now we're talking about going into the image of the beast which is Caesar Borgia, right? Oh shit. Right. So this is the mark of the beast, right? And now they give life to this now, and this life now they give now coming into Christianity and the military and thing too, right? So when you go through this, it have make more breakdowns the mark of the mark of the beast giving it life and giving it power and thing, right? And this is them, right? I mean, one thing now, this and it's one to even like 606 of them that were ruling the earth and also again, right? So it could be Donald Trump, it could be Putin, and thing like this is them spread all over the all over the earth. So this is now again now you're following them and thing, right? And they're following them with the doctrines in the head and thing, right? The lies again and the blasphemy and also the military and also again that even when they go and watch today, you will see brothers and them in the you will see brothers in the military and they know the truth that Venezuela in not about that whole narco drugs and thing and they will know the outcome of it is that United States really want the oil and because in the oppressed military and thing that's going out there and they know something wrong they're going to do and thing like that. And that's why again the US the ICPK say hey, do not join the white man military, do not join them Europeans military and thing the same way because again you're just going against you're going against your brother, you're putting life at risk again because people who lie they are lie, they are blasphemy and thing, right? There's no truth in them and thing, right? And you're just going against just to destroy the whole integrity and also again, right? You're fighting for nothing and also again, right? You're just fighting for this peace for nothing. That's why you gain the greedy wealth and also again, right? And not the most high. You should really be putting your spirit for the most high. You want to be a soldier, I think. Yeah, be the soldier and you speak fighting for your people and come out the oppressors and them army and think the same way. Because even with Trinidad here and all to a push come to shove, same thing they're doing right now. They're coming and they're training. Right now they're saying they're training with the US military and all to the same way and all to and now you realize hey, the same thing will happen with some of your brothers. That brothers in the United States right now in the military, they will realize hey, this thing is really about oil. They had nothing to do with drugs or anybody oppressing anybody and things like that because that drug now you're in the army, that they go and fight, and you can lose your life and things right. They could come out badly wounded. And you see sometimes you come out when people go in one thing. Even if they come out, they're badly wounded and all the same way and all the same. thing, right? So again, yeah, come out it and all two again, because again, when you go and watch and all two, even Kamala is setting up black people to lose their life and all two, because what happened when she did that next racist move she making and all two again. So when you go and watch it, CPEP, she sent out the Cubans and first the doctors and thing, right? That was one thing when she now come in, then the CPEP workers and all two again. Then she going against the Venezuelans and all two again now. No, when you go and watch the military, black Trinidad military, the majority of people in the military is black men and all two. So again, if any join in again with the US, it's always going to be black men and thing, right? Let me ask yourself this now. If Pakistan and India and Bangladesh was around here in the West Indies, would she have been making joining up with the United States to do Bangladesh that? Would she be doing that to do Pakistan that? Would she be doing that to do India that, right? Nepal and all these East Indian countries that he would actually be doing that to join up with this something again. And this is what again we just say again, right? These other nations is the enemies and also again there's no likeness with these other nations and things. There's one spirit they have, right? Yeah, yeah. So when you go think that this the whole thing coming down to the beast, a lot of thing, but this is the spirit behind the beast one thing, right? So go to verse 4, right?
God, verse 4. And they worship the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?
And who is like unto the beast, and who is like unto the United States right now, and then who can make war? Are we going to watch the history of the United States? And then, yeah, they are at war with almost everybody in the world, and they like conquering, calling sanctions, coming in the country doing what they want, they didn't get into the calling sanctions, they do they setting up things again tariff against you and think the same way and think but they get it their way and thing and this is them who can make war with them and all two again. So when you go to the thing again, yeah. So Kamala really be siding with Donald Trump and thing, right? Ask yourself that and thing, right? All the you East Indians and them the same way. Should she really be siding with Trump and thing? I go and watch sometime on the social media and then you see all these things again that hey, even you see something that hey, Maduro and give away the gas. You know what happened you see one of the comments is like one of the comments was which party going? It didn't go on no gas. And thing, right? And this is off thing to again, right? Because again, our the leaders again, the hatred they having, the same thing pushing with the people and all too, and not knowing that hey, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, they we no harm to these other nations and them, right? Because one thing for sure is that the nation of Israel, we have laws and thing, right? So when we have a law, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not on a life or murder and thing, right? And thing like thou shalt not thief, right? Thou shalt not um go against thy brother and thing, right? These also laws apply to these other nations too the same way and all too. That we can do it to ourselves and also we can do it to the all. So again we could never be an enemy these other nations and them because again we govern by laws under the most side. And also we can't do it to each other. We can defend ourselves if somebody come to do us something, right? But to say that, we just picking up the self and things. So this is how again that, the Mosai again chosen people is no can never be an enemy to these other nations. But you all are the enemies of the we. That again, look at us what we hate we, unalive we, oppress we, depress we, the same way again, right? And this way should be like, asking yourself, where do Venezuelans ever do the Europeans and them? Where do Venezuelans and them ever do the East Indians and them that it should be signing with these or it should be like coming together to do this and thing, right? And this is where again we have to listen to the what the Most I really saying with these scriptures and them, right? So when you go back and think with the same Zephaniah Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1, and thing like that. Again, whole nation not desired, and thing like nobody like we as a nation, and thing like that. They don't like the Venezuelans, they don't like the Brazilians, they don't like Jamaicans, they don't like the Haitians, they don't like the black people in Trinidad, and they don't like black people in the United States, and all too again, right? And again, this is what we should always have in your head, right? And I would just like, bring this last verse tonight here again that, get this in your head that this come around here again. We see the outcome what happened with the last government. We see the outcome of this government here, and this is just 1 year, and thing, right? They should be asking yourself again, should we be voting again when that time come around, and thing, right? And the answer is no. And thing like voting is not this voting is not a custom for the blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Indians again. Because seeing the whole outcome of these things, other people above us and thing, not we people itself do the same way and thing, right? We just like scapegoat all around and thing, right? So give me Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 15.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set a king over thee, whom the Most High thy power shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
Right, and all these problems we see happening today and all too again is again coming from all the Europeans and them. The Europeans and them is setting up all these parties and them and all these politicians and things all over the place for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and they're going to feel that what this could help you and all too again, right? And don't matter where it be, whether it be your brother, whether it be a sister, being a politician, it's not going to help us. And thing, right? That was never designed for you. That was set up by the oppressor and all too again, right? It's still trouble. No matter where you go, Jamaica still seeing murder rates very high. Still seeing murder rates very high in Trinidad here and all too again, right? Politics is not going to save the lives of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Following the Most High laws, statutes, and commandments, that is going to save the life. So when I go to Deuteronomy 17 and verse 15, this is what it is, right? That thou shalt not in wise set him king over thee, right? Right. So set him king over thee, who the Lord in choose. So that one thing we have to look out for and all to. They say that history we again, right? Anybody the Most High setting up for somebody to be over with, it's coming from the Most High. And think right, see it with Saul, you see it with King David, and again the king to come, Jesus Christ, and also again who sent him, the Most High sent him, and think right. So that had to come from the Most High. So this is one part of it, right? Then it going from one among thy brethren and thing, right? So again, anybody had to be above the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It had to be one away and thing, right? So yeah, Maduro could rule black people and think too, right? That Israelite and all too again. Who can rule black people? A Caucasian man cannot rule black people. A Arab cannot rule black people. A East Indian cannot rule black people. A Chinese can never rule black people. Yeah, but Maduro, that's seeing it and thing because yeah, he is a black man. He can rule black people and all too again, right? A black man could rule black people. I'm not talking about them Africans and them not talking about them Africans or something, right? And think too again, I see like somebody well known. I see Denzel Washington. Yeah, Denzel Washington could rule black people and all too again, as long as the Most High set it up, that the next thing and all too. So one among the brethren and thing, right? The Native Indians and the reservoirs of America also, they could rule black people and all too again, right? So that any one of the brothers and them, whether it be the Hispanics and them, the Native Indians or Negroes, they could rule black people. Again, it had to come from the Mosiah. This is what can happen here, right? One from among thy brethren thou shalt set king over thee, right? Thou mayest set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. And thing, right? So again, what you see happening here right now, Donald Trump should have no ruling over blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And thing, right? Kamala should have no ruling over blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and all to the same way again, right? We're seeing what will be happening here again, right? And then why everything will be off, because again, it's not the standards of the Mosai and thing, right? So all these things that take place, we have to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. And thing, right? Same thing will get we in this problem, the same thing will take we out. And that I will pass the class priest and officer your card, right?
Security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street in New York, under commanding General Yahan. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are offered them for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18 and verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means 10 in the Hebrew. And it's pronounced Ma'aisha. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation. We have the Feast of Dedication or Hakanaka, which is on the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days, which is starting from Sunday the 14th of December for 8 days. You can find this in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, from verse 52 to 61. The man Akim and Akwaka that check on social media, such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If your brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirt, black pants, black headband, and scarf. That we say imagine which means to stand. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw, Shamai, Dash, Yah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakafka, Aba'a, Zaka, Yah, Esha, Barakasa, Kuwa, Yah, Shemai, Natan, Lanawa, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalakno, Kawawatno, Kasalakno, Kawawatno, Mala'a, Oyanaw, Wasaiwon, Bo, Washino, Young, Ra, Yah, Ka, Malakwa, Ma'ala, Parath, Paralamia,
What we just said, our
Father,
which art in
who art in heaven,
heaven,
thy name,
Yahweh,
thy
kingdom
kingdom come,
thy
will be done,
the good,
the good,
as
as is in heaven.
Give us this day,
Bless us thee,
our daily bread,
daily bread,
forgive us
forgive us,
our debts,
debts,
our debts,
we forgive our debtors,
lead us not into temptation,
not into temptation,
deliver us from evil,
deliver us from evil.
for thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever,
forever.
so be it.
So be it.
Amen.
Psalm 22. Go to give teacher 156 salute. Shabbat, Majum, Rock, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua B'Tah,
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua B'Tah,
and the Mata, Silent Faith Sisters on 90 courtesy salute. I went in Shabbat, Majum, Rock, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua B'Tah, the Mata, class dismissed.